When we purchased the building that JR's family hardware store was in many years ago, we were so proud. We knew also that we were going to have to be stewards of this building. The work is never done. There's always something more that needs to be restored or repaired. So follow us along on this second part of our journey with TALIS Historic Restoration. It literally took our breath away. We are so beyond proud of this building. It's very emotional. This week was so exciting because TALIS came to start doing our window restoration. So the first part of this job is to remove the windows on the third floor and then replace the empty window spaces with plywood. So we are going to talk to David and a few other members of the TALIS team to see just how they do this.
The process here is to remove these stops that hold the sash in place. The sash of a window is the part that goes up and down.
So you're removing just the sashes?
Just the sash. They will be restored. As you can see here, this is called a mutton.
Okay.
And so for this sash, this mutton would need to be replaced.
Okay. And that's where the garbage picking comes in, right? I love that.
Or you get it, you could use new wood for mutton stock, or if you wanted to replace something similar. This one just has a very basic profile. It's the third floor, so they weren't really going for any sort of architectural design, if you will.
Right.
So these are pretty straightforward. So we'll remove the stops, take the sash out, and put these board ups in place.
Okay.
In this case, we painted them black to match the aesthetic of the building. Sometimes they're just regular plywood, but that's what we did for you.
Thank you. Those sashes will then be taken over to TALIS, right?
Yes.
And you'll start your work on them there. I'm excited.
Yep.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, great. You can see here how there was hinges for shutters at one point. So these are just half.
So they would have closed these up,
They would have
obviously.
closed it, and they would have latched right here.
Oh my
and that
gosh.
stops. There's a stop for that.
Boy,
shutter.
I wish we had those shutters. This is the condition of the muttons.
Correct.
Yeah, so they're pretty rough.
Even if the glass was nice historic glass, in this case there's so much paint and caulk on it that this would probably leave a residue on it, which wouldn't be very appealing. A very important factor for windows is the sight line, they call it. When you're looking out, you want to have as much sight line as possible, or as the original design intent. So putting new glass in here would be advantageous for that reason.
This is Nate.
I do a lot of the site work. I do a lot of window removals, sills and the jams, do a lot of installation. The reason I like the site work is because, it's always kind of changing, presented with new problems. And I really like the restoration aspect of it as well.
Sure, sure.
I'd rather see old windows go back in buildings than end up in a landfill somewhere.
Yeah, you are definitely speaking our language.
We'll label the window just so we know where it goes back. In this case, EJG, L&J Goods. 302, so it's the third floor, second one in. Customer name, window ID.
It occurs to me that this team from TALIS is using the same care and taking the same pride in restoring these windows as the original builder took when they were first constructed. The snow is flying in. Hope you got your triple layers on. Indeed, we have so much that we can learn from these builders of the past and from today's restorers who have such a passion to keep history alive for another 200 years. Dan, you're the window buff?
I do commercial and residential estimates. I do condition assessments. I do drawings and just about anything to make things go up and down the windows.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you said you do anything. Do you clean the bathrooms, the break room at TALIS?
Oh, sometimes.
The third floor sashes have all been removed, and the window openings are being filled with that painted plywood, and then they're off to TALIS Historic Restoration. We're headed over to TALIS, going to check on the status of our windows, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm going to be able to participate in a little bit of the restoration of those windows, so stay tuned. So
That's
this
very
is not a
sensible.
hat.
Now you're all matching. White on white. It's perfect.
Should I put
Yep,
that around the
that
back
goes
of my-
first. Yep. That'll create.
Oh, I have some spare glasses too.
But then I won't be able to see.
That's true, but then I asked about
I'm gonna stop this and maybe help you. You
no,
got
keep
it.
going. Next time, I'll be headed over to TALIS to show you how things work on the inside.